Hello guys, welcome to Xbox On. The big news this week surrounds the release of the highly anticipated Red Dead Redemption 2 by Rockstar. It's a cowboy adventure that is chock full of features to make the game feel and look more immersive. Any guide we make can only scratch the surface of this triumph of an RPG. But we wanted to give you a few tips on how to make the most of your start on Red Dead Redemption 2.
This is what I call a crew.
Pressing LT during a mission will prompt a dialogue between you and the NPC, sometimes containing mission-specific info or insight into the NPC's character. It opens up additional dialogue options and even options during missions for controlling the NPC's actions, turning them into companions you can influence by asking them to engage and go ahead. Maybe just use them as bait. I don't know, you're the outlaw here.
We were stranded at sea for 50 days. And you unfortunately survived.
Where are my weapons? One of the age-old questions in RPGs is just where is your character hiding all those weapons? Especially those long rifles. Suspicious. In Red Dead 2, your horse acts as your storage. You need to actually go to your horse if you want to switch out your arsenal rather than having an infinite backpack. If you're about to enter an area where your horse can't follow, you'll want to think carefully about what you're carrying in with you.
Well, I thought you was reading him his last rites. Now I see you're introducing him to your other passion.
I'll mind you to show me some respect, Mr. Morgan.
Mind away, Reverend.
One thing we noticed when walking through the snow is that walking through pre-made tracks means you actually move a little bit faster. When you're breaking through fresh snow, you'll feel resistance and slow down, but retracing your steps means you speed up ever so slightly. If you're ever making a quick getaway, choose the trodden paths for a nice speed boost. When running through snow, you'll make more obvious footfalls, but when walking, you'll carve out a trench. A really cool little feature.
There's deer been here. Recently.
How can you tell?
How can you not?
If you head to the menus, go to settings and press the general tab, you'll find the option to change the display of values like temperature, weight, and the time. If you're more comfortable with Fahrenheit, for example, you can change to that if you want. Temperature and weight will affect your well-being, so it's always good to have the metrics feel familiar to you so you know how to react. Pressing down on the D-pad brings up some extra information you might find useful, such as your general honor, indicating whether you're a good or a bad guy. And it also tells you the temperature, time, and location, your horse's stamina and health, and your Deadeye status.
Gentlemen, it is time to make something of ourselves.
Just like real life, you've got to look after yourself in this game. So your health and stamina are shown as little icons above the map. They level as you play, giving you more health and stamina. The more you run, the more your stamina level increases, just like real life. If you eat too much, you'll become overweight and your stamina will decrease, just like real life. But that will actually increase the amount of health you have, making you tankier, a little bit chunkier. And being underweight will obviously do the opposite, increasing stamina and decreasing health. So you can obviously choose to go one end or the other depending on whatever your preferences are. I like eating and shooting.
Be friends with your horse. Your horse is your faithful companion throughout the game, and much like in real life, you do have to look after them and keep them happy, healthy, and de-stressed. There are a lot of things you can do for your steed, for example keeping them clean by manually cleaning, or even running through a river to maintain their health and stamina. You'll need to feed them, and you can actually feed them junk food and overfeed them, which would again be detrimental to their health and stamina. And you need to train and tame a horse before they become faithful. You tame it by walking slowly towards a wild horse, pressing the prompt to calm them down, before patting them and eventually mounting them with your saddle. You can only saddle one horse at a time, but that is actually a good thing because you want to work on the bond between you and your horse by cleaning, feeding, and generally working with your horse over time. A strong bond means you can whistle for them when they're further away. Their stamina and health will increase, and they'll be harder to steal, among other advantages. You'll also know if your horse is in whistling range if their logo is on the minimap in white. If their logo is black, you'll need to move closer yourself.
Shit! No! What? God! Oh! You have got to be kidding me!
Using Eagle Eye when hunting enables you to see tracks in blue and even your scent, which shows up in purple. Having your scent upwind will be a disadvantage as the animal might be alerted and run, so you basically need to have a shower all the time.
Good advice always, to be honest.
Tracking an animal through Eagle Eye doesn't last forever either. You have to refresh the tracks through the ability again or risk losing the hunt. It's wabbit season. When you've successfully hunted down the animal, you can haul the whole thing over to your horse and bring it back to camp. Or you can carve out the bits you really want and just bring those back instead. Your kill will spoil if you hang around for too long, so you'll need to be sure that you're getting the meat back to camp as soon as outlawly possible. Even the individual pieces could be spoiled if they're left hanging around for too long. If you're squeamish, hunting might not be for you. They've been very detailed with the skinning animations and mechanics. Just a little warning.
Here. You're gonna need something to eat out there. Assorted, salted offal. Starving will be preferable.
The cinematic mode is a lovely feature that really takes advantage of just how stunning the game looks and how smooth it plays on the Xbox One X. At any point in the game, other than your camp, you can enter the cinematic mode and you can actually switch between multiple cameras while still controlling your character to make every single ride feel just like a movie.
So I can really be Spielberg for the first time.
You can, although, I mean...
What are you doing?
Are you quite certain you're not a spy?
A spy?
Those wretches will do anything to destroy me.
So sometimes I like to experiment with, facial hair.
Me too.
When you shave, there's actually a length meter on the left-hand side in the game. You can actually select different parts of Arthur's face to trim down. And each has its own length meter. Hair will naturally grow over time, and you'll need to keep it trim, but you have a ton of control over the lengths of each part of the facial hair.
Very cool.
Any nose hair, can you do that?
Let's find out.
Ear hair?
You're Arthur, right?
My name ain't no concern of yours.
Sometimes you're running around a small town and you see a guy with a nice shirt and you're like, man, that shirt would look way better on me. And you're like, dude, can I have that shirt? And he's all like, no, this is my only shirt, you're not having it. And obviously the only thing left to do is to take it from him by accident with a gun. Well, doing this could cause some issues, mostly that it turns out people don't actually enjoy crime happening in front of them in their towns, especially when that guy you killed turned out to be the main bartender or something.
You're not having my shirt.
No.
Get away.
Damn it. Your wanted level will increase, meaning there's a bounty on your head which will only increase with the more crimes you commit. You can actually escape the area and never return to run from the bounty, but if you come back, the law enforcement will still want your head. If you're feeling flush, you could choose to pay off the bounty yourself instead by visiting the post office of the town and chatting to the nice person behind the counter. And be warned, the bounty area is massive. Like, the escape area is, it's very hard to escape.
Basically, Dog the Bounty Hunter comes after you.
Basically, yeah.
Easy, easy. Keep it moving.
Leah, I keep telling you, you've got to play with honour.
I'm gonna kill everyone, Sam.
If you've been a bad man and your honour meter is running low, you can choose to help out a stranger, which will help give you a little boost. You better be nice to people. Donating animals you've hunted and money to people within your camp will also have this effect. So if you're running low on goodwill, which I'm sure you are, it's a great way to improve your standing. Strangers can be found dotted around, out and about in the towns and cities, basically anywhere you can venture. Be careful though, because sometimes their intentions aren't always innocent, a bit like Benny. High honour will mean bounty hunter jobs you take will pay more, but if you choose to tank your honour, you'll get more rewards from robberies. Stick 'em up. Stick 'em up!
Listen to me. We don't want to kill any of you. Any more of you. I give you my word, but trust me, we will.
Money is a vital component of your play, using it for everything from buying food or tonic to purchasing clothes or paying off those pesky bounties that somehow just keep racking up. Story missions will bestow upon you the dollars you need, and they are quite generous with payoffs, but if you need more, you could do the following. Selling your animal pelts or carcasses is a great money spinner, and of course the higher quality the item you get, the more money you'll get, and hitting the animal in the neck or head using a bow or arrow will usually provide the qualities you need. Selling extra gear you won't use is also quite a decent earner.
Nice little bouncy.
Let's get fancy. If your honour is high, you can complete wanted bounties and capture some of the other bad boys hanging around the map. Sometimes dead, sometimes alive. We'll see how you feel. Gambling can be alright in a pinch if you need a small amount of cash, but you won't be making bags of cash from the poker tables and you're just as likely to lose it all. You can rob people if you're feeling evil enough, but the targets won't always be worth it. And if you're caught, your bounty might actually be higher than the amount you got from the robbery, so it's quite a risky one. Robbing trains and stagecoaches is also an option, and you can do so without even having a quest for it.
What did you find?
These bonds. They worth anything?
Oh, sure. Bearer bonds. I think we can probably sell these pretty easily. Well done.
Well, as you can see, we've barely scratched the surface of things to do in Red Dead Redemption 2. And plenty will be uncovered as you work your way through the story. We would recommend doing as many side missions as you can, as they're very well written and your choices do make an impact on your gameplay as you progress. But we won't give too much away.
We've said it before, but honestly, this game looks absolutely incredible. And on the Xbox One X, you're getting true 4K experience.
How true?
Very true.
Very true.
There's no upscaling, no cheating, just true 4K. We hope you enjoy it if you're playing. Share with us your tips and tricks in the comments so everybody can benefit.
Get down there, get the tips in. We want to know, we want to steal them. I want all of them.
Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you'd like to catch more content from Xbox On. Thank you very much for watching.
Bye-bye.